Watney.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that in grid section 1428, the particles were predominantly coarse, but in 29, they're much finer, and they should be ideal for chem analysis.
Oh, wow. Did everybody hear that? Mark just discovered dirt. Should we alert the media?
Sorry, what are you doing today, Martinez? Making sure the MAV is still upright?
Well, I'd like you to know that visual inspection of the equipment is imperative to mission success. I also would like to report that the MAV is still upright.
Watney, you keep leaving your channel open, which leads to Martinez responding, which leads to all of us listening, which leads to me being annoyed.
Roger that. Martinez, the captain, would like you to please, shut your smart mouth.
We would prefer use a different adjective to describe Martinez's mouth.
Oh, did Beck just insult me?
Dr. Beck, yes.
Happy to turn the radios off from here, Commander. Just say the word.
Wait, Johansson, constant communication is the hallmark
Shut him
of any
off.
team that... No. Oh, excuse me.
Apologize for my countryman, Vogel.
Accepted. How many samples do we need, Commander?
700 grams each.
We have a mission update. Storm warning. Commander, you should come inside. You're gonna want to see this.
What is it?
Storm warning.
I saw that in this morning's briefing. We'll be inside before it hits.
Yeah, they upgraded their estimate. This storm's gonna be a lot worse.
Martinez, how's it look?
Not good.
1,200 kilometers in diameter, bearing 24.41 degrees. That's tracking right towards us. Based on current escalation, estimated force of 8,600 newtons.
What's the abort force?
7,500. Anything more than that, and the map will tip.
Will we scrub?
Begin abort procedure.
We are estimating with the margin of error. We should wait it out. Let's wait it out. Let's wait it out.
Commander. Prep emergency departure.
Commander?
We're scrubbed. That's an order. Martinez, how long before takeoff?
12 minutes.
Visibility's almost zero. Anyone gets lost, hone into my super telemetry. You ready?
Ready!
Are you okay? I'm okay!
Commander, we're at 10 degrees and the map is going to tip at 12.3.
Hey! We might be able to keep the map from tipping! Help! Use the cable for the compass as guideline! Anchor it with the rover!
Warning, suit breach detected.
What happened? Give us hit! What do you report?
We've already lost telemetry and the pressure alarm went off.
Johansson, where'd you last hear? I can't find where he is. What are the vitals on his suit?
Negative, complete loss of signal on Rodney.
Bitch! Yeah! How long can he survive decompression?
Less than a minute.
Line up! Northwest! Command control, we don't want to step over him.
Warning,
We're at 10.5 degrees,
excessive tilt.
tilting to 11 with all the gusts of wind.
Copy that! Everyone, hone in on Martinez's suit. Invade the airlock. Get in, prep for launch.
What about you, Commander?
I'm gonna search a little longer. Get moving! Go! 20, report!
The map's at 11.6 degrees. One good gust and we're tipping.
If it tips, you launch.
You really think I'm going to leave you behind?
That's an order, Martinez. Mark! Can you hear me? Martinez, what about the proximity radar? Put that to track from his suit.
Oh, it's nice to see the Hermes from orbit, not a little piece of metal in a single suit.
Give it a try.
Roger.
What is she thinking? She knows the infrared can't get through a sandstorm. She's grasping for anything.
We've got negative contact on the proximity radar.
Nothing?
Nah, you never really see the hat.
Commander, I know you don't want to hear this, but Mark is dead.
Hey, what the hell is wrong with you, man?
My friend just died. I don't want my commander to die too.
Stability warning.
Commander, you need to get back to the ship now. 13 degrees. Fast bows will never run back.
I got one more trick left, and then I'm following orders, Commander.
You're firing the OMS?
That's right.
On my way.
Okay, so let's go.
Mark!
p.m. Central Standard Time, our satellites detected a storm approaching the Ares 3 mission site on Mars. At 6:45, the storm had escalated to severe, and we had no choice but to abort the mission. Thanks to the quick action of Commander Lewis, astronauts Beck, Johansson, Martinez, and Vogel were all able to reach the Mars ascent vehicle and perform an emergency launch at 7:28 Central Time. Unfortunately, during the evacuation, astronaut Mark Watney was struck by debris and killed. Commander Lewis and the rest of her team were able to intercept safely with the Hermes and are now heading home. But Mark Watney is dead.
Oxygen level critical. Oxygen level critical. Oxygen level critical. Pressure stable.
Hello, this is Mark Watney, astronaut. I'm entering this log for the record, in case I don't make it. It is 6:53 on Sol 19, and I'm alive, obviously, but I'm guessing that's going to come as a surprise to my crewmates and to NASA, and to the entire world, really. So, surprise. I did not die on Sol 18, best I can figure. This length of our primary communications antenna broke off and tore through my biomonitor and ripped a hole in me as well. But the antenna and the blood really managed to seal the breach in my suit, which kept me alive, even though the crew must have thought I was dead. I have no way to contact NASA, and even if I could, it's going to be 4 years until a manned mission can reach me. And I'm in a hab designed to last 31 days. If the oxygenator breaks, I'm going to suffocate. If the water reclaimer breaks, I'll die of thirst. If the hab breaches, I'm just going to kind of implode. And if by some miracle none of that happens, eventually I'm going to run out of food. So, yeah. Yeah.
Two, 3, 34, 35, 36. Sweet and sour chicken.
Right. Let's do the math. Our surface mission here was supposed to last 31 sols. For redundancy, they sent 68 sols worth of food. That's for 6 people. So for just me, that's going to last 300 sols, which I figure I can stretch to 400 if I ration. So I got to figure out a way to grow 3 years worth of food here on a planet where nothing grows. Luckily, I'm a botanist. Mars will come to fear my botany powers. Maple came out. Oh, fuck you, Mars. Yo, hands up, Jesus.
Problem is water. I have created 126 square meters of soil, but every cubic meter of soil requires 40 liters of water to be farmable. So I gotta make a lot more water. Good thing is I know the recipe. You take hydrogen, you add oxygen, you burn. Now I have hundreds of liters of unused hydrazine at the NDB. If I run the hydrazine over an iridium catalyst, it'll separate into N2 and H2. And then if I just direct the hydrogen into a small area and burn it. Luckily, in the history of humanity, nothing bad has ever happened from lighting hydrogen on fire. NASA hates fire because of the whole fire makes everybody die in space thing. So everything they sent us up here with is flame retardant, with the notable exception of Martinez's personal items. I'm sorry, Martinez, but if you didn't want me to go through your stuff, you shouldn't have left me for dead on a desolate planet. By the way, I'm figuring you're going to be fine with this, given my present situation. Counting on you. So, yeah, I blew myself up. Best guess, I forgot to account for the excess oxygen that I've been exhaling when I did my calculations. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work here just as soon as my ears stop ringing. Interesting side note, this is actually how the Jet Propulsion Lab was founded. 5 guys at Caltech were trying to make rocket fuel and they nearly burned down their dorm. And rather than expel them, banished them to a nearby farm, told them to keep working. And now we have a space program. Okay.
blessed to have Mark serving in our space program. While his loss will be deeply felt, the men and women of NASA will soldier forth, onward and upward, in the mission of their agency. By doing so, they honor the legacy Mark's leaving behind, and they ensure his sacrifice will not be in vain.
I have the honor of speaking not only for the men and women of NASA, but for people all over the world.
I thought you gave a lovely speech, by the way.
Together, we...
I need you to authorize my satellite time.
It's not going to happen.
We're funded for 5 Ares missions. I think I can get Congress to authorize a 6th.
No, Ares 3E back after 18 sols. There's half a mission worth of supplies up there. I can sell it at a fraction of the cost of a normal mission, and all I have to know is what's left of our assets.
You're not the only one who needs satellite time. We've got the Ares 4 supply missions coming up. We should be focusing on the Schiaparelli crater.
Okay, we got 12 satellites up there. Surely we can spare a few hours.
Not about the satellite time, Vince. We're a public domain organization. We need to be transparent on this.
Okay.
The second we point the satellites at the HAP, I broadcast pictures of Mark Watney's dead body to the world.
You're afraid of a PR problem?
Of course I'm afraid of a PR problem. Another mission? Congress won't reimburse us for a paperclip if I put a dead astronaut on the front page of the Washington Post.
He's not going anywhere, Teddy. I mean, he's not going to decompose. You know, he's going to be up there forever.
Meteorology estimates that he'll be covered in sand from normal weather activity within a year.
Well, we can't wait a year. We got work to do.
Ares 5 won't even launch for 5 years. We have plenty of time.
Okay. Okay. Okay, consider this. Right now, the world's on our side. Sympathy for the Watney family. Ares 6 could bring his body home. Now, we don't say that's the purpose of the mission, but we make it clear that that would be a part of it. We frame it that way. More support from Congress, but not if we wait a year. We wait a year, nobody gives a shit.
Singapore. Sit down nation.
Security? This is Mindy Park in SATCON. I need the emergency contact for Vincent Kapoor. Yes, him. Yes, it's an emergency.
How sure?
100%.
You've got to be shitting me.
Prove it to me.
For a start, solar panels have been cleaned.
It could have been cleaned by wind.
Back it up. Look at Rover 2. According to the logs, Commander Lewis took it out, Sol 17 plugged it into the HAP to recharge. The split move.
She could have forgotten to log the move.
No, not likely.
Well, why don't we just ask Lewis? Let's get on Capcom and ask her directly right now.
No. If Watney is really alive, we don't want the Ares 3 crew to know.
How can you not tell them?
They have another 10 months on their trip home. Space travel is dangerous. They need to be alert and undistracted.
But they already think he's dead.
And they'd be devastated to find out they left him there alive.
I'm sorry, but you have not thought this through. I mean, what are we going to say? Dear America, remember that astronaut we killed and had a really nice funeral for? Turns out he's alive and we left him on Mars. Our bad. Sincerely, NASA. I mean, do you realize the shitstorm that is about to hit us?
How are we going to handle the public?
Legally, we have 24 hours to release these pictures.
We release a statement with them. We don't want people working it out on their own.
Yes, sir.
But if my math is right, he's going to starve to death long before we can help him.
You can imagine what he's going through up there. I mean, he's 50 million miles away from home. He thinks he's totally alone. He thinks we gave up on him. I mean, what does that do to a man psychologically? What the hell is he thinking right now?
I'm definitely gonna die up here if I have to listen to any more god-awful disco music.
My God, Commander Lewis, couldn't you have packed anything from this century? No, I'm not gonna turn the beat around. I refuse to.
What attempts have been made to make contact with Mark Watney?
We're working on it.
Does he have enough supplies to survive?
We'll be looking into that.
What does it say about the agency? Are you going to resign?
No.
Director Sanders!
It's time to start thinking long term. The next NASA mission is Ares 4, and it's supposed to land at the Schiaparelli crater, 3,200 kilometers away. 3,200 kilometers. In 4 years, when the next Ares crew arrives, I'll have to be there. which means I have to get to the crater. Okay, so here's the rub. I've got one working rover designed to go a max distance of 35 kilometers before the battery has to be recharged at the hab. That's problem A. Problem B is this journey is going to take me roughly 50 days to complete, so I gotta live for 50 days inside a rover with marginal life support the size of a small van. So, in the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
Okay, so success. I have doubled my battery life by scavenging Rover 1. But if I use the heater, I will burn through half my battery every day. If I do not use my heater, I will be slowly killed by the laws of thermodynamics. I would love to solve this problem right now, but unfortunately, my balls are frozen. I can't. I'm calling it.
Good news, I may have a solution to my heating problem. Bad news, it involves me digging up the radioisotope thermoelectric generator. Now, if I remember my training correctly, one of the lessons was titled, "Don't dig up the big box of plutonium," Mark. I get it, RTGs are good for spacecraft, but if they rupture around humans, no more humans. Which is why we buried it when we arrived. And planted that flag so we would never be stupid enough to accidentally go near it again. But, as long as I don't break it.
I almost just said everything will be fine out loud. Look, the point is, I'm not cold anymore. And sure, I could choose to think about the fact that I'm warm because I have a decaying radioactive isotope riding right behind me, but right now I got bigger problems on my hands. I have scoured every single data file on Commander Lewis's personal drive. This is officially the least disco song she owns.
Where is Watney going?
Well, we believe that he's preparing for a journey. He's been conducting incremental tests, taking the Rover 2 out for longer and longer trips each time.
Sir, report.
Yep.
To what end? Why would he leave the relative safety of the hab?
We think that he plans to travel to the Ares 4 launch site in order to make contact with us, but it would be a dangerous gamble. But if we could talk to him, we would tell him to stay put and to trust that we are doing everything in our power to bring him home alive. Thank you very much.
One more question.
Don't say bring him home alive, Vincent.
You know what? These interviews aren't easy. So God forbid I try to say something proactive and positive.
Annie?
No more Vincent on TV. Copy that.
76 kilometers. Am I reading that right?
Are you asking me?
I am.
Yes, sir. Mark drove 2 hours straight away from the hab, did a short EVA, and then drove for another 2. We think the EVA was to change batteries.
You didn't load up the oxygenator or the water reclaimer?
Every 41 hours, there's a 17-minute gap. It's just the way the orbits work, so it's possible that we missed something.
I want that gap down to 4 minutes. I'm giving you total authority over satellite trajectories and orbital adjustments. Make it happen.
Okay.
Let's assume Miss Park didn't miss anything, so Mark's not going to Ares 4. Yet. But he's smart enough to figure out that's his only chance. Bruce, what's the earliest we can get a pre-supply there?
Well, with the positions of Earth and Mars, it'll take 9 months. It'll take 6 months to build it in the first place.
3 months.
3?
You're
going to say it's impossible, and then I'm going to make a speech about the blinding capabilities of the JPL team, and then you're going to do the math in your head and say
something like the overtime alone will be a nightmare.
The overtime alone will be a nightmare.
Get started. I'll find you the money.
We need to tell the crew.
Mitch, we've discussed this.
No, you discuss this. I'm the one who decides what's best for the crew. They deserve to know.
Once there's a real rescue plan, we'll tell them. Otherwise, it's moot. Bruce says 3 months to get the payload down. That's all that matters right now.
We'll do our best.
Mark dies if you don't.
It's been 48 sols since I planted the potatoes, so now it's time to reap and re-sow. They grew even better than I expected. I now have 400 healthy potato plants. I dug them up, being careful to leave their plants alive. The smaller ones I'll reseed, the larger ones are my food supply. All natural, organic, Martian-grown potatoes. You don't hear that every day, do you? And by the way, none of this matters at all if I can't figure out a way to make contact with NASA.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, he's moving again.
Where the hell is he going? He hasn't changed course for 13 days. He's nowhere near the Ares 4.
Well, unless he's not taking a direct route. I mean, he might be trying to avoid some obstacle.
What obstacle? This is Acidalia planitia. There's nothing out there except the...
What?
I need a map. Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. It's all right, it's all right.
Can I borrow this? Okay, so where's the hab location?
31.2 degrees north, 28.5 degrees west.
With Watney?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know where he's going. I need to get on an airplane.
It's in storage, just around the corner.
What are the chances Mark can get it working again?
It's hard to say. Lost contact in 97. You think it was battery failure? Well, I'd like to point out it lasted 3 times longer than expected.
Nobody's criticizing JPL's work, Bruce. I just need to speak to everybody that was here in 97.
I'm already here. Guys, I'd like to introduce Vincent Kapoor, Director of Mars Missions at NASA. This is our current team, original project members.
All right. Is this the replica?
This is her.
Okay, that's it.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Holy shit. Okay. Broadcasting status, listening for telemetry signal. Okay. Signal acquired.
Alright.
Okay, camera. Incoming.
Are you receiving me? Yes. No. Okay. Point the camera at yes.
32-minute round-trip communications time. All he can do is ask yes, no questions. No, all we can do is point the camera. This won't exactly be an Algonquin roundtable of snappy repartee.
Just point the camera.
Roger that. Pointing the camera.
Yes! Yes!
So here's the rub. Somehow, we have to have complex astrophysical engineering conversations using nothing but a still frame camera from 1996. Luckily, the camera does spin, so I can make an alphabet. It can't be our alphabet. 26 characters plus a question card into 360 gives us 13 degrees of arc. That's way too narrow. I'd never know what the camera was pointing at.
Hexadecimals. Hexadecimals to the rescue. I figured one of you guys kept an ASCII table lying around. And I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you super nerd Beth Johansson, who also had copies of Zork 2 and Leather Goddesses of Phobos on her personal laptop. Seriously, Johansson, it's like the Smithsonian of loneliness on there. Not that I'm complaining. Yes. Who am I to talk about loneliness?
I know where he's going with this.
Wake up.
Now that we can have more complicated conversations, the smart people at NASA have sent me instructions on how to hack the rover so that it can talk to Pathfinder. If I hack a tiny bit of code, just 20 instructions in the rover's operating system, NASA can link the rover to Pathfinder's broadcasting frequency, and we're in business.
Mark, this is Vincent Kapoor. We've been watching you since all 54. The whole world is rooting for you. Amazing job getting Pathfinder. We're working on rescue plans. Meantime, we're putting together a supply mission to keep you fed until Ares 4 arrives.
Glad to hear it. Really looking forward to not dying. How's the crew? What did they say when they found out I was alive?
Guys, can we get some space, please?
Yeah.
Just give me a sec.
Still.
crew you are alive. Yet. We need them to concentrate on their mission.
Okay, he says, they don't know I'm alive? What the F word? F word in gerund form, F word again, is wrong with you?
Mark, please watch your language. Everything you type is being broadcast live all over the world.
Yeah?
Oh, my God.
Yes, sir. He's under a tremendous amount of stress. I understand. We're working on it.
I'm sure he didn't mean what he said.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Problem is, Mark's right. The longer we wait, the worse it's going to get. We need to tell the crew.
You're bringing this up while Vincent is in Pasadena, so he can't argue the other side.
I shouldn't have to answer to Vincent or anyone else. It's time, Teddy.
Commander Lewis?
Go ahead.
Data dump is almost complete.
Copy that. On my way.
You're in a hurry.
Yeah. My son turned 3 yesterday. Should be pictures of the party.
Got a batch of personals. Dispatching them to your laptops now. I don't need to read Vogel's weird German fetish emails.
The telemetry updates.
Hey, whatever does it for you, man. Oh, there's a video message? It's addressed to the whole crew. Play it. Come on, guys.
I want to get in on that telemetry action.
Hi, hello, it's Mitch Henderson. I have some news. There's no subtle way to put this. Mark Watney is still alive.
Oh my God.
I know that's a surprise, and I know you'll have a lot of questions, but here are the basics. He's alive, and he's healthy. We found out 2 months ago, and decided not to tell you.
2 months? Oh my God.
I was strongly against that decision. We're telling you now because we finally have communication with him and a viable rescue plan. We'll give you a write-up of what happened, a full write-up of everything, but it's not your fault. Mark stresses that every time it comes out. So, yeah, take some time to absorb this, and send all the questions you want, we'll answer them. All right, Henderson out.
Oh, shit, he's alive.
I left him behind.
No.
No, we're not left together.
You were following orders. I left him behind.
So now that NASA can talk to me, they won't shut up. They want constant updates on every HAB system. And they got a room full of people trying to micromanage my crops, which is awesome. Look, I mean, I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything, but I am the greatest botanist on this planet. So. Oh, one big bonus to this communication with NASA again is the email. I'm getting them again. Big data dumps, like when I was on the Hermes. I even got one from the president. The coolest one, though, the coolest one I got was from University of Chicago, my alma mater. They say that once you grow crops somewhere, you've officially colonized it. So, technically, I colonized Mars. In your face, Neil Armstrong. Oh, in other news, there's been a request for me to pose for a photograph on my next transmission. I'm trying to figure out whether I should go with high school senior or coquettish ingenue. But I'm not really sure how that's going to look with my spacesuit on.
Ever since our voyage of love began, your touch has thrilled me like the rush of the wind, and your arms have held me safe from a rolling sea. There's always been a quiet place to harbor you and me. Our love is like a ship on the ocean.
What is he doing? I asked for a photo, and what, he's the Fonz?
Just be grateful we got you something, Annie.
I can't use this, Vincent, and you know that. I need a picture of his face.
Well, I could tell him to take off his helmet, but then he'd, die.
So, we'll release the photo when we detail the rescue operation. I want to announce we're launching some supplies to him next year during the home and transfer window. Bruce, your team still on schedule?
It'll be tight, but we'll make it.
9-month travel time, that puts the probe to Mars on Sol 868. Did we get the botany team's analysis?
Yeah, they estimate Mark's crops will last till Sol 912. They grudgingly admit that he's doing great work.
Grudgingly?
Well, yeah, Mark has a tendency to tell them to have sex with themselves whenever they question one of his decisions.
Get him in line, Vincent. We can't afford any miscommunication. I hate this margin. 912 sols worth of food. We get there on 868. And that's assuming nothing goes wrong.
Oxygen level 10%. Oxygen level 5%. Suit pressure stable. Pressure stable.
Crops are dead. Complete loss of pressure boiled off most of the water. Any bacteria that survived died in the sub-zero temperatures when exposed to Mars's atmosphere.
How long does he have?
Well, he can still eat the potatoes he has. He just can't grow anymore, so get him 200 sols.
Rations get him to what, Sol 409?
So with potatoes, 609.
So by Sol 868, he'll be long dead.
We're going to have to launch as soon as possible, which changes our travel time.
Yeah, we're working on it. Prelim estimates call for a 414-day trip.
It's Sol 135 now. We need 13 days to mount the boosters, perform inspections, which gives Bruce and his team 47 days to make this probe.
I'll let you call Bruce. Give him the news.
Okay. I'm gonna need a change of clothes.
Dear Mark, apparently, NASA's letting us talk to you now. And I drew the short straw. Sorry we left you behind on Mars, but we just don't like you. Also, it's a lot roomier on the Hermes without you. We have to take turns doing your tasks. But I mean, it's only botany. It's not real science. How's Mars?
Dear Martinez, Mars is fine. I accidentally blew up the HAB, but unfortunately, all of Commander Lewis's disco music still survived.
But unfortunately, all of Commander Lewis's disco music still survived.
Every day, I go outside and look at the vast horizons.
Every day I go outside and look at the vast horizons.
Just because I can.
Just because I can. Tell the others I said hello. Will do, buddy.
Rich, wake up. Sorry, but they're asking for the probe courses.
What time is it?
It's 3:42. Look, I know we're coming at this backwards, but we can't commit to a firm launch date with this many unknowns.
It's all right. All 25 models for launch will take 414 days to reach Mars. They vary slightly in restoration, and the fuel requirement is nearly identical.
Not a good time to launch, is it?
Yeah, Earth and Mars are really badly positioned. Heck, it'd almost be easier if you,
Almost easier to what?
I need more coffee.
Are you all right?
It's fine.
Almost easier to what? You do understand I'm your boss, right?
All right, let's ask the very, very expensive question. Is the probe going to be ready on time?
We're behind.
Give me a number.
15 days. 15 days and I can get it done.
All right, let's create 15 days. 13 days to mount the probe. Can we reduce?
It actually only takes 3 days to mount the probe. And we can get that down to 2, right?
I can get it done in 2.
10 days for tests and inspections.
How often do those inspections reveal a problem?
Well, you're suggesting we don't do the inspections.
Right now, I'm asking how often they reveal a problem.
1 in 20? But that's grounds for countdown halt.
Oh, I can't take that chance.
Anyone else know a safer way to buy more time? Dr. Keller, stretch Watney's rations 4 more days. You're not going to like it, but that'll get us to 15. And we'll cancel the inspections.
Sir, if that ever got out.
It's on me. You got your 2 weeks. Get it done.
So now I have to hold out until the probe gets here with more food. You want to see what minimal calorie count looks like? Standard issue ration, but instead of 3 of these every 1 day, I'm now eating 1 of these every 3 days. And now they've asked me to do that.
Point is, stretch the rations 4 more days is a real dick punch. I'm gonna dip this potato in some crushed Vicodin.
And nobody can stop me.
And it's been 7 days since I ran out of ketchup.
Up. Look here.
This is the flight director. Begin launch status. Check.
Roger that. Flight. Beginning launch status check.
You believe in God, Vincent?
Yeah. Yeah, my father was a Hindu, my mother's a Baptist, so yeah. I believe in Thora.
We'll take all the help we can get.
Launch status check complete.
This is flight. We'll go for launch.
Proceeding with the count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, main engine start. 4, 3, 2, ignition, 1. Lift off. Good thrust. Performance is nominal.
Say again? We are getting a very large precession.
We good?
Plane is hitting the red line.
Spinning on the lung axis around 70-degree precession.
Launch. Or sending.
Force on Iris at 7 Gs. Velocity is in the full flight. GC news data.
We've lost it, flight.
SATCON.
No satellite. High position signal. Lost it. Sharp right off. LOS. LOS here too.
Give us the shortest Stockton. Reporting a brief launch from the sky.
Everyone in the LCC maintain your position.
GC, lock the doors.
Commander Lewis, I may need you to do something for me. If I die, I need you to check in on my parents. They'll want to hear all about our time here on Mars. I know that sucks, and it'll be hard talking to a couple about their dead son. It's a lot to ask. Which is why I'm asking you. I'm not giving up. We just need to prepare for every outcome. Please tell them. Tell them I love what I do. And I'm really good at it. And I'm dying for something big and beautiful. And greater than me. Tell them I said I can live with that. And tell them thank you for being my mom and dad.
We substituted protein cubes for the standard rations. The thrust of the launch combined with the simultaneous lateral vibration liquefied the cubes and created
an unbalanced load.
Vincent, why wasn't this addressed in the inspections phase?
In order to make our launch window, we were forced to accelerate our schedule.
他们的宇航员将会饿死的。
当然，还有其他的办法。太阳神的助推器，我们的工程师检查过数据，它的容量可以到达火星的轨道。
NASA 为什么没有找我们？
因为他们不知道，我们的数据是绝密的。
也就是说，假如我们什么都不做，
世界将永远不会知道，其实我们是可以帮得上忙的。
那么，仅仅是为了论证，如果我们决定帮助他们，
我们把助推器给了他们，也就是取消了太阳神计划。
那我们就从航天的角度来解决问题，寻求合作。
Yes. Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Yes. All right, thanks to my Uncle Tommy in China, we got another chance at this. Now, we finished the IRIS probe in 62 days. We are now going to attempt to finish it in 28.
We can jettison any kind of landing system. We're only sending rations. We can crash land on Mars.
You should hang up the phone.
I'm sorry, who are you?
My name is Rich Purnell. I work in Astrodynamics, and you should hang up the phone right now.
All right. I'm gonna call you back.
I know how to save Mark Watney. Your pro plan won't work. Too many things can go wrong. You got a better way.
Astrodynamics.
Yeah.
What the hell is Project Elrond?
I had to make something up.
But Elrond?
Because it's a secret meeting.
How do you know that? Why does Elrond mean secret meeting?
The Council of Elrond is from Lord of the Rings. It's
Lord
the
of
meeting where they decide to destroy the One Man.
We're going to call something Project Elrond.
I would like my code name to be Glorfindel.
Okay, I hate every one of you.
Well, Teddy doesn't even know about this yet.
I'm sorry, who are you?
This is Rich Purnell, Astrodynamics. Tell him what you just told me.
I can get the Hermes back to Mars by Sol 561.
How?
Could you stand right there for me, please? Right there, great. And could you stand right there? Right there. Okay, let's pretend that this stapler is the Hermes, and you are... I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Teddy. I'm the director of NASA.
Cool, Teddy, you're Earth. And right now, the Hermes is headed towards you, starting its month-long deceleration to intercept. But instead, what I'm proposing is we start accelerating immediately to preserve velocity and gain even more. We don't intercept with Earth at all, but we come close enough to get a gravity assist and adjust course. While we're doing that, we resupply with the probe,
The tie-in ship.
pick up whatever provisions we need, and now we're accelerating towards Mars. You're Mars. Now, we're going too fast at this point to fall into orbit, but we can do a flyby.
Or good's a flyby if we can't get Watney off the surface.
Watney would intercept using the MAV.
And then we'll just head home. I've done the math. Checks out.
Rich?
Yes, sir.
Get out. Is he right?
Yep.
Bruce, what do you think?
Well, if Vincent says so.
We need to use the tie-in Shin.
What am I missing? Why is that important?
Because we can only do one.
Send Watney enough food to last till Ares 4, or send Hermes back to get him right now.
Both plans require the tie-in Shin, so we have to choose.
But what about the Hermes crew? We'd be asking them to add 533 extra days to their mission.
Yeah, they wouldn't hesitate not for a second.
Can the Hermes function for 533 days beyond the scheduled mission?
Should. Built to last the full Ares mission, so technically it's only halfway through its lifespan.
But if something goes wrong...
Then we lose the crew.
So what? We either have a high chance of killing one person or a low chance of killing 6 people. How do we make that decision?
We don't have to make it, Bruce. He does.
Yeah, well, bullshit. Should be Commander Lewis's call.
We still have a chance to bring 5 astronauts home safe and sound. I'm not risking their lives.
Let them make that decision.
Mitch, we're going with option 1.
You goddamn coward.
Yeah? I know it's your private time. Can I bother you for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are you?
The gym. What's up?
I just got an email from my wife, and the subject line says, our children. My computer won't open the attachment.
Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see. This isn't a JPEG. It's a plain ASCII text file. I don't really know what we're looking at. Does that make any sense to you?
Rich Purnell maneuver. It's a course maneuver for the Hermes. My God.
The mission concludes with Earth intercept 211 days later.
Would it work?
Mm-hmm. We ran the numbers. They check out.
It's a brilliant course. So, why all the cloak and dagger?
Because it goes directly against NASA's decision.
Yeah. If we do the maneuver, they'd have to send the supply ship where we die. We have the opportunity to force their hand.
So, we're gonna do it?
If it was up to me, we'd already be on our way.
But it is, though, isn't it? Up to you?
Not this time. This is something NASA expressly rejected. We're talking about mutiny here, which is not a word that I take lightly. So we do this together or not at all. And before you answer, consider the consequences. If we mess up the supply rendezvous, we die. If we mess up the Earth gravity assist, we die. If we do everything perfectly, we had 533 days to our mission. 533 more days before we see our families again. 533 days of unplanned space travel where anything could go wrong. If it's mission critical, we die.
Sign me up.
All right, cowboy, slow down. You and I were military. Chances are we go home, they'll court-martial us.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
And for the rest of you guys, I guarantee they will never send you back up here again.
Good. So, if we go for it, how would it work?
I plot the course and execute it.
Remote override. They could take over the Hermes for mission control.
Can you disable it?
Hermes has 4 redundant flight computers, each connected to 3 redundant comm systems. We can't shut down the comms because we'd lose telemetry and guidance, and we can't shut down the computers because we need to run the ship. I'd have to disable remote override on each system. It's part of the OS. I'd have to jump over the code.
Okay, but like in English, like what would that mean?
I can do it.
Great. Well, it has to be unanimous.
If we do this, it will be over 900 days of space. That's more than enough space for one life, so yes.
How about yes?
Let's go get him.
Johansson?
Yes.
Got an unscheduled status update from Hermes.
Roger, read it out.
Message reads, Houston, please be advised. Rich Parnell is a steely-eyed missile man.
What?
Flight guidance. Hermes is off course.
Capcom, advise Hermes they're drifting guidance. Get a correction ready.
Negative, Flight. It's not drift. They've adjusted course.
What the hell? Telemetry, any chance this is instrumentation failure?
Negative, Flight.
Guidance, work out how long they can stay on this course before it's irreversible.
Working on it now, Flight.
Who's Rich Purnell? Will somebody find out who the hell Rich Purnell is?
Annie will go before the media this morning and inform them of NASA's decision to reroute the Hermes to Mars.
Sounds like a smart move, considering the circumstances. Whoever gave them the maneuver, they would pass along information. Crew made the decision on their own.
You may have killed them, Mitch. We're fighting the same war. Every time something goes wrong, the world forgets why we fly. I'm trying to keep us airborne. It's bigger than one person.
No, it's not.
When this is over, I'll expect your resignation.
I understand.
Bring our astronauts home.
Okay, every Ares mission requires 3 years of resupplies. So NASA decided a long time ago it's a lot easier to send some of this stuff beforehand rather than bring it with us. So, as a result, the MAV for Ares 4 is already there at the Schiaparelli crater, just waiting. So the plan is for me to use that to go into orbit just as the Hermes is passing, and I guess they catch me in space. So I've got 200 souls to figure out how to take everything here that's keeping me alive, the oxygenator, the water reclaimer, the atmospheric regulator, bring that all with me. And luckily I have the greatest minds on planet Earth, really all of the brain power on the entire planet helping me with this endeavor. And so far they've come up with, hey, why don't you drill holes in the roof of your rover and hit it as hard as you can with a rock. We're gonna get there.
him 33 days longer, and you said yes to this?
He would have done the same for me, you know that.
Cheers. It is good.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Got something for you. Found it in the flea market. Original pressing.
No.
Not a scratch.
I love it.
All due respect to your CNSA protocol, but we haven't done things that way since Apollo 9. Did you get that?
Look out your window, I can see his long light. If he can sparkle, he may land tonight. Don't tell your partner, or you'll get us locked up and tight. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He likes to come and meet us, but he thinks you know our mind. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's so much off. Still on.
I've been thinking about laws on Mars. There's an international treaty saying no country can lay claim to anything that's not on Earth. And by another treaty, if you're not in any country's territory, maritime law applies. So Mars is international waters. Now NASA is an American non-military organization. It owns the HAB. But the second I walk outside, I'm in international waters. So here's the cool part. I'm about to leave for the Schiaparelli crater where I'm going to commandeer the Ares 4 lander. Nobody explicitly gave me permission to do this, and they can't until I'm on board the Ares 4. So that means I'm going to be taking a craft over in international waters without permission, which by definition makes me a pirate. Mark Watney, space pirate. Space pirate. Everywhere I go, I'm the first. It's a strange feeling. Step outside the rover, first guy to be there. Climb that hill, first guy to do that. 4.5 billion years, nobody here. And now, me. I'm the first person to be alone on an entire planet.
How's he doing?
So far, so good. He's sticking to schedule. Drives for 4 hours before noon, lays the solar panels, waits 13 hours for them to recharge, and sleeps somewhere in there, and then starts again.
How's he doing?
He asked us to call him Captain Blondebeard.
Well, technically, Mars would be under maritime.
Yeah, no, I know. He explained it to us.
Where is he?
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start by stating for the record that you're not going to like this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the problem is the intercept velocity. The Hermes, well, it can't enter Mars's orbit. Otherwise, they'll never have enough fuel to make it home. The MAV, that was only designed to get to low Mars orbit. So in order for Mark to escape Mars's gravity entirely and to intercept the Hermes...
He has to be going fast.
Exactly.
Which means we need to make the MAV lighter. A lot lighter. 5,000 kilograms lighter.
Well, you can do that, right?
Well, there's some gimmies right off the bat. The design presumes 500 kilograms of Martian soil and samples. Obviously, we won't do that.
And there's just one passenger instead of 6. With suits and gear, that's another 500. Ditch the life support, don't need it. And we'll get Mark to wear his EVA suit.
Oh, wait a second. If he's in his EVA suit, how's he going to operate the controls?
Well, he won't. Martinez will pilot the MAV, well, remotely from the
We've never
Hermes.
had a man ship controlled remotely before. But I am excited about the opportunities that affords.
If we go remote, we can lose the control panels, the secondary tertiary comm systems.
Wait a second. You want a remote control descent with no backup comms?
He's not even got to the bad stuff yet.
Well, let's get to the bad stuff. We need to remove the nose airlock, the windows, and hull panel 19.
You want to take the front of the ship off?
Sure. The nose airlock alone is 400 kilograms.
You want to send a man into space without the front of his ship?
No. We're going to have him cover it with pad canvas. Look, the hull's mostly there to keep the air in. Mars's atmosphere is so thin, you don't need a lot of streamlining. By the time the ship's going fast enough for air resistance to matter, it'll be high enough that there's practically no air.
You want to send him into space under a tarp?
Yes. Can I go on?
No. You think he means it like, are you kidding me? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, are you kidding me?
I think it might be the second one.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Could be the first one. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it could be the first one.
I know what they're doing. I don't know exactly what they're doing. They just keep repeating, go faster than any man in the history of space travel. Like that's a good thing. Like it'll distract me from how insane their plan is. Yeah, you have to go faster than any man in the history of space travel. Because you're launching me in a convertible. Actually, it's worse than that because I won't even be able to control the thing. Oh, by the way, physicists, when describing things like acceleration, do not use the word fast. So they're only doing that in the hopes that I won't raise any objections to this lunacy. Because I like the way fastest man in the history of space travel sounds. I do like the way it sounds. I like it a lot. I'm not going to tell them that. Okay. Let's do this.
In airlock 2 with the outer door open before the MAV even launches. Okay. Martinez flies the MAV. Johansson sysups the ascent. Once we hit intercept, it's Beck's job to go get Watney. We're ready. What's the intercept plan?
We finished attaching the tethers into one long line. It's 214 meters long. And I'll have the MAV, so moving around should be easy.
How fast relative velocity can you handle?
I can grab the MAV at 5 meters per second. 10 is like jumping onto a moving train, so any more than that and I might miss.
Well, we may have some leeway. The launch takes 12 minutes. And it'll be 52 minutes before intercept. Once Mark's engine shuts off, we'll know our intercept point and velocity. Vogel, your Beck's back up. Everything goes well, you pull them on board with a tether. If anything goes wrong, you go out after them.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go get our boy.
There's a mood of tension and anxiety here outside Johnson Space Center. As you can see, many people have gathered here to see whether or not the mission to retrieve Mark Watney will be a success. Remember, they've had some contact with them, but it hasn't been very much. We have to remind our viewers that we're watching this as it unfolds, so we'll try and keep you up to date as to what exactly is going on. Let's listen in to NASA making contact with Mark Watney. Let's listen in.
If something goes wrong, what can mission control do?
Not a damn thing. It's all happening 12 light minutes away, which means it takes 24 minutes for them to get the answer to any question they ask. The whole launch is 12 minutes, so they're on their own.
及核世界各地的电视机前，出战这次举世瞩目的救援行动。这次救援之所以成为可能，是因为中国国家和平局公司在。
Talking to a psychology expert later to discuss.
Fuel pressure green. Engine alignment perfect.
Communications 5x5. We are ready for pre-flight checklist, Commander.
Mission Control, this is Hermes Actual. We will proceed on schedule.
We have T-minus 2 minutes, 10 seconds to launch. By the way.
About 2 minutes, Watney. How you doing down there?
I'm good. I'm anxious to get up to you. Thanks for coming back for me.
Well, we're on it. Remember, you'll be pulling some serious G, so it's okay to pass out. You're in Martinez's hands now.
Well, tell that asshole no barrel rolls.
Copy that, Mav. Capcom, go. Remote command.
Go.
Recovery.
Go.
Secondary recovery.
Go.
Pilot.
Go.
Pilot.
Go.
Mission Control, we are go for launch.
T-minus 10, 9,
Main engine start.
8, 7, 1, and release.
About 5 seconds, Watney. Hang on.
See you in a few, Commander.
4, 3,
2, 1.
Velocity 741 meters per second. Altitude 1350 meters.
It's too low. It's fighting me. Booster separation complete.
Velocity 850, altitude 1843. He's well below target altitude.
How far below?
Checking.
Watney. Do you read?
He's probably passed out. He pulled 12 Gs on the ascent. Give him a few minutes.
Copy that.
main shutdown in 3, 2, 1, shutdown.
Back to automatic guidance. Shutdown confirmed. Fuel reserves depleted.
Watney. Do you read? Watney.
It seems there's some sort of problem with the transmission.
I have interval pings.
Intercept velocity will be 11 meters per second.
I can make that work.
Distance at intercept will be 68 kilometers apart.
68 kilometers? Should you say 68 kilometers?
Come on, guys. Keep it together. Work the problem. Johansson, time to intercept?
39 minutes, 12 seconds.
Martinez, what if we point our thrusters in the same direction?
Well, it depends how much fuel you want to save for the altitude adjustments for the trip home.
How much do you need?
I can get by with about 20% of what we have left.
If we use 75.5% of remaining altitude adjust fuel, that'll bring the intercept range to 0.
Do it.
Hang on, it brings the range to 0, but the intercept velocity will be 42 meters per second.
And that's way too fast.
Then we'll have 39 minutes to figure out how to slow down. Martinez, burn the jets.
Copy that.
Back to Hermes?
Watney?
Affirmative.
What's your status?
My chest hurts. Broke my ribs. How are you?
Well, when we're going to get into you, there was a complication during launch.
I'll be happy. Well, how bad is it?
Well, we've corrected the intercept range, but we've got a problem with the intercept velocity.
How big a problem?
42 meters a second.
Well, shit. Commander, I have an idea.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I could find something sharp in here and poke a hole in the glove of my EVA suit. I could use the escaping air as a thruster and fly towards you. It would be easy to control because it'd be on my arm.
I can't see you having any control if you did that. You'd be eyeballing the intercept. Using a thrust vector you can barely control.
Yes, those are all very good points. But, consider this.
I get to fly around like Iron Man.
Commander, let's go, Iron Man.
Communication lost. Stand by.
Maybe it's not the worst idea.
No, it is the worst idea. It's the worst idea ever.
Not what he said. Using atmosphere as thrust. What happens if we blow the valve?
Now, you want to open the vehicular airlock?
It'll give us a good kick.
Yeah, but it'll also blow the nose off the ship.
And all the air would leave, and we need air to not die.
We would seal the bridge and the reactor room. Everywhere else would go vacuum. Vogel,
Go ahead, Commander.
I need you to come inside and make a bomb.
Again, Commander?
You're a chemist. Can you make a bomb with what you have on board?
Probably. But I feel obliged to mention that setting up an explosive device in a spacecraft is a terrible, terrible idea.
Hang on, you guys making a bomb without me?
Copy that. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Houston, be advised. We are going to deliberately breach the valve to produce a reverse thrust.
Beck, leave your suit on. Meet Johansson at airlock 1. We'll open the outer door. I need you to place the charge on the inner door. Climb back to airlock 2 along the hold.
Copy. I'm on my way.
I'm in, Commander.
Copy that.
Vogel, where are you?
I'm in the kitchen.
Okay.
Commander, I can't let you go through with this. I am prepared to cut the suit.
Absolutely not.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm selfish.
I want all the memorials back home to be about me.
Just me.
I should have left this guy on Mars. Sugar?
Yeah. You know this? Liquid oxygen is a stained velour that contains ammonia. This thing here is 5 times stronger than a stick of dynamite.
How do we activate it?
Can you connect this to one of your lighting panels? Careful.
Open airlock 1.
I'm on the way to Beck.
I just hope this is a good idea, guys.
It is.
Okay, 1.
Got it? Make sure you're not in here when this thing goes off. Okay. Be careful out there. In space. Don't tell anyone I did that.
Bomb set. Leaving airlock 1.
Guys, I'm running the numbers, and even with optimal valve blow, we're gonna be off on our angle.
What's the intercept distance? Johansson?
260 meters approximate.
It's too far.
Commander.
Martinez, close the door. Open T3. Leave it open. Open B2. Johansson, time to valve blow after initiate.
15 seconds.
Be sure not to cut it close.
Commander,
Distance is too far. I'm going out.
I can do this.
It's not a debate. I'm not risking another crew member. Beck's returned. Johansson, initiate the bomb. 10 seconds.
Strap in.
5, 4, 3, brace for deceleration. 2, 1. Activating panel 41. Bridge seal holding.
What's damage?
Worry about that later. What's the relative velocity? 12 meters per second. Copy. Hook me up.
Done.
I have visual on the map. What's the intercept range?
I'm checking. 312 meters.
Did you say 312? Great, I'll wave at you guys as I go by.
I can't get to you, Mark. You're too far. I'm not gonna make it.
I know.
Beck, unhook me. I'm going after him.
Commander, I got this.
Mark, report.
On my way, Commander.
Johansson, what's my relative velocity to Mark?
5.2 meters per second.
Copy. Just in course.
3.1 meters per second. Distance to target 24 meters. 11 meters to target. 6 meters.
Hold on, Mark.
I got him! I got him!
Way to go, Iron Man.
Back, pull us in.
It's good to see you. You have terrible taste in music.
Houston, this is Hermes Actual. We got him. Lock you secure.
Official confirmation. Mark Watney has been successfully rescued.
Grab a hold of him.
Hey, handsome.
Beck, close the hatch.
Hey, guys.
Houston, 6 crew, safely aboard.
This is a huge moment for this nation, for the world, and indeed for international space travel.
Hey there.
Sir. Morning, sir.
Welcome to the Astronaut Candidate Program. Now pay attention, because this could save your life. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. All right, let me get a few things out of the way right off the bat. Yes, I did in fact survive on a deserted planet by farming in my own shit. Yes, it's actually worse than it sounds, so let's not talk about that ever again. The other question I get most frequently is, when I was up there, stranded by myself, did I think I was going to die? Yes, absolutely. And that's when you need to know going in, because it's going to happen to you. This is space. It does not cooperate. At some point, everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south, and you're going to say, this is it. This is how I end. Now, you can either accept that, or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math. You solve one problem, then you solve the next one, and then the next. And if you solve enough problems, you get to come home. All right. Questions?
Once Mission Control completes their pre-flight checks, we'll begin launch procedures. The Ares 5 team will rendezvous with the Hermes approximately 48 minutes after launch. From there, they will have 414 days of space travel ahead of them.
Have the goals changed from the previous mission to the Ares 5 program? And what do you hope to achieve this time around?
Well, no, the goals have always been the same for the Ares program. This time, of course, we hope to bring all the astronauts back at the same time.
Flight guidance check complete.
Copy, guidance. This is the flight. We are go for launch on schedule.
Final aero service checks are complete. As everything remains go to launch for the Ares 5. 20 seconds. Proceeding with count. T-minus 10, 9. Meaning to start. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff as the crew of the Ares 5 begin the next chapter of American space exploration. Pressure was
Good shot.